All right, how's it going, everybody? I believe I am live right now. I'm waiting for myself to pop up on my other screen here, but I hope everybody is doing well today. I hope everybody had a great Christmas, if that is what you are currently celebrating. And, I hope everybody's ready to get back to work because, although you do get some time off for Christmas, you do got to get back to work and start grinding and working towards your goals for the new year. So without further ado, let's get into the live today. Before that, though, I do want to talk about just a few things. We are running a Christmas sale. The Facebook Marketplace dropshipping course is one that is extremely popular recently, and it is going to be on sale until the end of the year for $250 off. The link is down below, and it's never going to be on sale for that price again. We gave it away for $250 off for pretty much the entire first 2 months it's been out. It's going to be like 2.5 months altogether. And then after that, pretty much we're never going to give it away for that price again. So it will never be that low again. If you're interested, that's on sale. It's down in the description down below. Also, all the other courses are on sale until the end of the year. And if you have any questions about that, just ask me right now while we get into it. So be sure to smash that like button. Let's get this out to as many people as possible. And so basically in this live, I wanted to talk about, I just shot a YouTube video on this and it hasn't come out yet. Obviously it's going to come out as maybe mid next week. But I'm going to kind of go over this as well. And I want to talk about what my plans are for 2021. So ask your questions. Also, let me know who's here, where you're from, because I can't tell unless you leave a comment, and what your goals are for 2021, because I do think that 2020 was looking to be pretty much the same as 2019. Obviously there was some unforeseen things with the pandemic and stuff that did help online selling, honestly, but there was still eBay and Amazon that the majority of people were doing. And then, towards the end of the year, Facebook Marketplace started getting very popular. And so did, a lot of people started talking about how they're selling on Walmart as well. So ask your questions, what your plans are for 2021. I'm going to get into a little bit about what I plan on doing. I shot a YouTube video on this. It's going to come out next week, so I'm just going to do a slight overview, but I did want to touch upon this a bit. So I'm going to share my screen right now. And I got this little PowerPoint that I had going on. So pretty much the number one thing I want to do is find out a way to automate Facebook Marketplace dropshipping. So right now it is, it's great. The profits are huge. We have students that are absolutely killing it with this method. But again, it's not as automated. There's a lot of manual things you need to do, repricing and dealing with it. And there is a way that, you can do this automatically. And there's Facebook Marketplace for Business. Not everybody has it. Most people don't actually. I don't even have it. I'm trying to get access to it. And pretty much you create what is called a Facebook shop, and then you can connect it to Shopify or BigCommerce or something like that. And at that point in time, pretty much like if you're listing, you can list SKU grid into Shopify, you can list inventory source into Shopify, and then Shopify would connect to your shop, which would then connect to Marketplace. And then at that point in time, it's pretty much automated. So I think that this is going to be something to really double down on, try to get into. It's it's a beta program at the moment. I know that there's some of the bigger name dropshippers that are in it. And it's definitely going to be something that I think is going to really, really, really take off. With the fact that there's huge profit margins and just very, very, very low competition on Facebook right now as is. If you can automate it, then that's going to literally change the game. It's going to be game over at that point in time. We had one student say that he made $22,000 profit last month with dropshipping, the way that is currently going. So, and we got tons of students that are making hundreds of dollars a day easily. But with the automated aspect of it, for me, it would take a lot off my plate or my virtual assistant's plate, just because I think that it's necessary in order to run, an efficient business. They got shipping and handling profiles, return profiles, other things like that. So that was the one big thing. That's what I really, really, really want to get down and focus on. Number two is going to be wholesale Walmart dropshipping. I've had a Walmart account now for about 6 months. I haven't really done anything with it, let's be honest. But I know a lot of people that are getting started with Walmart are doing Amazon onto Walmart, literally the reverse of what everybody's been doing for the last 3 years. So instead of Walmart onto Amazon or Walmart onto eBay, they're just doing Amazon onto Walmart. To me, I don't think that that's a good method to go about it. I really don't think that that's, why wouldn't you try to do something better than what you were doing before? People kind of just get stuck in their old ways and they just go and do the same old thing. So Amazon onto Walmart, I don't think is a good idea. I think we should be doing wholesale dropshipping suppliers. And if you're using something like Inventory Source, it's pretty much the same thing as wholesale suppliers onto eBay. Same thing as onto Walmart. They have it integrated. It's pretty much the same. One thing about Walmart is that I think is going to be giving Amazon its biggest run for its money, in the next couple of years or so. It's definitely very established. They have thousands of stores. They obviously have their brand out there. Everybody loves Walmart. There's a certain type of person that loves Walmart. I didn't even really ever shop into a Walmart until I moved out west. It's definitely very big out there. And they're also introducing Walmart fulfillment services, but they only have 30,000 US sellers right now. eBay has 6 million. Amazon has 1 point something or 2 million US based sellers. So they're doing, and they overtook eBay recently. So with they have 7% of the US market share, and they only have 30,000 US sellers. Obviously they sell a lot themselves of their own items, but they are showing a lot of promise. They have Walmart fulfillment services that they're rolling out, which is pretty much like Amazon FBA. And I think that it's going to be easy to automate. They're going to be, huge profit margins because of the fact that there's lower competition. And it's just going to be another platform to add to your repertoire on top of eBay, Amazon, Facebook Marketplace. It is harder to get a store and to get an account, but once you do get one, it's proven to be, from what I've seen, a lot of people don't get banned. I haven't seen a lot of issues whatsoever, other than just the fact that their interface kind of sucks a bit. So let's move on to the last one that I wanted to talk about, and then I'll get into fielding some questions here. So ask your questions. I will get to all of them. I've seen your questions. They don't go away, so you don't have to ask the same ones twice, which I've seen already, but it's good. Just ask your questions, smash that like button, and we'll get into it. So wholesale Amazon FBA. I've been toying around with wholesale Amazon FBA for the last 5 months. I haven't taken it too seriously. It's just been kind of a side project where I'd buy $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 worth of inventory, but I wouldn't just try to add more. I'd just wait for that to sell out, see how it went, and then I'd kind of I kind of just wait for it to run out and then buy another one. So I bought 4 batches of inventory since June or July. So it's been 5-6 months that I've been toying around with it. And I do like the idea of it. The one thing is that it's definitely less work than drop shipping. You definitely need, it's a lot less customer service, a lot less issues altogether. You just need to make sure that you have the money to do it up front. So it's not as beginner friendly. You need to actually have the money. You need to actually be very confident in, what you're actually doing. I think drop shipping is a great place to start. Obviously, it's very profitable. It's very easy. There's not as much that needs to be done with buying the products up front. And then it's going to teach you the ability to find good items. Even still, I've found some items that I thought were good and I screwed up. There's something to learn with just, you need to learn it by going in there and doing it yourself. So if you don't have as much money to throw around, then it's going to be a little bit harder to get started. But again, it's one of those things where you're going to get a real agreement with a real wholesaler or a real manufacturer, and you're not going to have to really worry about, are these items allowed to sell, or am I going to get taken down for selling these items? Am I going to get in trouble? It's not one of those things. Hopefully you ask your supplier, they allow you to do it. And you really don't have to worry about anything other than making sure you're buying proper items, making sure the competition's manageable. So one thing is with competition with Amazon dropshipping, if there's 20 people on one listing, you just go, oh, there's 20 people on one listing. I'm probably not going to sell too much of that listing. But with Amazon FBA, you actually buy that item up front. So you want to make sure that there's not 20 people on that listing, or if there are, that you think you can get the buy box over them. Because if not, then you bought the item up front. And Amazon has something called the IPI score, which is your inventory performance index score, I believe. And it needs to be above 450. They calculate it for you every week in order to have unlimited warehouse space. If not, then they limit you on the amount of space you can have in the warehouse for that quarter until it gets reevaluated. So they're getting pretty strict on it. And it seems because a lot of people were sending things in during COVID and how they weren't able to process as much and how things got back ordered as much. There's still lots of different restrictions on how much of each item you can send in. It's definitely something for the more experienced. That's why I'm kind of trying to get more into this also. But, Amazon dropshipping is still what it is. It's still great as long as you can keep your account alive and make sure that you are doing everything properly and to the books, to the T. But it's definitely something else to expand into. So these are the 3 things that I want to expand into in 2021. Like I said, I think automated Facebook Marketplace dropshipping is going to be the most profitable and probably the most achievable without having to really make too many changes. And then probably, I ordered them in the way that I think that they're going to be the most advantageous. I think Walmart's going to be pretty easy to get set up, but there's going to be the learning curve of setting everything up. And then from there, the wholesale Amazon FBA, I've already been doing it, but just the finding of like really good suppliers, it does take time. And it's something that I have to focus more on. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Let's get to the questions. I got a new blender bottle for Christmas. I hope. Put down in your comments if you celebrate Christmas. I know not everybody does. And if you got gifts, I don't know. Maybe you're on the naughty list, but what your favorite one was. My favorite gift, I never thought I'd say this, is I got this mug. I put it on my Instagram story today, and it's a smart mug, and it heats your coffee up. Wow, like you set it on an app, what temperature you want it to and everything. It's a little excessive, I think, but I thought so, but I really love the thing. All right, so let's get into the questions here. Be sure to smash that like button. Let's take on 2021. Let's do it, everything that we were doing beforehand, and let's add a couple new streams of income to it as we go. So first one right here, and I'm back on the old streaming software that I messed up last week where I couldn't actually stream. So hopefully it is working and you can hear me and everything looks nice enough. I know I don't have full HD. I guess I don't pay for the right plan. So it says, Akash says, Tom, thanks for your live with Lucas. He's been extremely helpful to get me started as an international dropshipping on ebay.com. Well, you're welcome. That was the whole point of that live. That's really what, I wanted to happen. I knew it wasn't going to be as popular as other lives because it was strictly about for internationals, but I knew that it was going to be something that was really going to help people out. And, Lucas is definitely on top of his stuff. He knows everything, what he's talking about. And if you are an international, I highly suggest reaching out to him in order to get some help if you need it. So I'm glad that it worked, and that's awesome to hear. So the next one is Kyle Kurtz. He says, was using Walmart, no MC011 email or eBay has evidence of retail dropshipping email. Chatted to get limits raised, got it. Next day flagged. So I guess calling in can get account locked, looked at and flagged. Honestly, I'm not sure. I don't use Walmart. I haven't used Walmart for a while now on eBay, probably like a year and a half. But again, you never really know what is happening with eBay and what happened, why it happened, and anything like that. I guess maybe calling in could have had it happen. But who knows? Maybe there was other people that got flagged the same day. I haven't checked, and I'm not sure what day it was. I haven't been as active in the Facebook groups during Christmas time, but it could have been any matter of things. But it could have very well been because you called in. I don't really think so. I've seen other people have called in. Also, you don't have to call anymore. They have a chat option, which I think could be something that you might want to utilize in the future. I'm sorry that it happened. I wish I had more information on it, but again, with eBay, you're not always, you never really know with any of these platforms why something happens. You can obviously gather information and put two and two together, but you never fully know, which is kind of upsetting. I really wish that they told us, but they don't always. And that's just kind of what happens. So let's move on to the next question here. We got Josh S. says, hey man, I'm getting to the point where I'm busy enough with the business to start hiring virtual assistants. What order do you think I should outsource things? Would love to hear an answer during the live. So this is a great question. I know a lot of people, when they first get started with drop shipping, they don't expect to get too busy to the point where they have to outsource. Or they go, I'd never trust anybody to outsource. And then they get to the point like, oh, I need to outsource because this is too much work. Or some people do want to do it right off the bat, but that's not a lot of people. So what I would always say is a lot of people have trust issues when they first get started. They really do think that, maybe they're going to do something to my account. Maybe they're going to steal some information, which I've never had any issues with. As long as you vet them out properly, you should be fine. I can't say you're 100% going to be fine, and have no issues. There's always those couple horror stories. But again, you're going to most likely be fine as long as you follow your gut instinct with them. I really do think the number one thing, though, to outsource is going to be product research. Product research involves no invasiveness to any of your accounts. I'm not sure what accounts are even or what your platform you're selling on. You didn't mention it, but there's no invasiveness. They don't have to log into your eBay account. They don't need to log into your Amazon account. They don't need to log into your Facebook account if you're doing Facebook Marketplace. They don't need to log into anything. So at that point in time, you can test them out, vet out the virtual assistant that you're hiring, and make sure that they're a good pick for the job while you're actually just testing them out, to seeing how they are. Because if you don't trust them right off the bat, or if they are brand new, you don't want to be sending them into like the most important possible tasks there are. It's definitely not the best thing to be doing. And that's why I think product research is going to be the best. After that, usually listing. You can usually implement some form of a listing software for some platforms where you won't even have to have them in your account for that. I always let mine in my accounts at that point in time. After that, it would be most likely customer service. And I do think customer service is very, very important to outsource and put a lot of effort into it, because it's one of those things where there's just so many different moving parts to it, where it's not that time consuming as long as they know what they're doing, but it is something that you need somebody that's highly trained in it. And then from there, I suggest order processing. After that, there's really not much else. It's, you could get like a managerial stuff. You could get more complex after that. But the four main things are going to be product research, listing, customer service, ordering, uploading tracking numbers and stuff. But that could be like customer service. That's kind of a smaller task. And I really do think that product research should be number one. So hopefully that helped with your question. Hopefully I didn't ramble on too much. I noticed that it looked like my stream cut out for a second. I don't know how this software works all the time. It's semi okay. I wouldn't say it's the best software, let's be honest. So let's move on to the next question here. So it says, does using Amazon Prime risk getting your Amazon account shut down? I've heard of it happening if lots of items are dropshipped. I've definitely heard of people, well, me personally, in the past, when I used a lot of Amazon Prime to dropship. I haven't done that since like 2018, since the end of 2018. So 2019 and 2020, I never used Amazon to dropship or Amazon Prime to dropship. Yes, I definitely did get my account shut down. Back in the day, like early 2018, you could definitely get away with a lot more from what I've seen recently. It seems like some people are getting their account shut down. You're always just able to make new ones, but they do seem to eventually catch up a lot quicker. I remember it took me like 20,000 orders to get my first one shut down, processed orders on that actual account. And then from there, maybe the next one took like 5,000, and then it was like every couple thousand it would get shut down. I could reopen it under the same email sometimes. I mean, if you're doing 20,000 orders, I hope you're making a lot if you're doing it on Facebook Marketplace, let's be honest. If you're using Amazon Prime for any other drop shipping, like onto eBay, then I don't even suggest doing that. And I've been talking against that for a while now. But, it could possibly get shut down, yes. But usually you'll have to do a decent amount of orders, and you can always just open up another account. I wouldn't be too worried about it. But again, if you are worried about it, then just move on to other suppliers. So Kenny says, can you show us how to do Facebook Marketplace product research? What are your methods that you can share? Love the videos. Thanks for giving back to the community. So first off, you're welcome, Kenny. Glad you love the videos. Pretty much, I believe I don't know if I have a video on this, but it's pretty much the same as any other product research method that I teach, especially specifically eBay. So pretty much inside of the course, we do teach it in depth inside of the course. But it's pretty much just finding hot selling items, whether it's finding them on, eBay, or finding them on whatever platform you want to be dropshipping from, or supplier you want to be dropshipping from. Finding the hot selling items the same way you would on eBay, and then just hoping that they sell well on Facebook Marketplace as well. That's pretty much what we teach. I don't have any videos now that I think about it specifically on Facebook Marketplace dropshipping product research. Inside of the course, we do teach it. But again, it's really not that much different than any eBay or Amazon item sourcing. If they're selling well on other platforms, then why wouldn't they sell well on Facebook Marketplace? Is kind of the route that we take, or the ideas or the ideology that we take behind that one. It's going to make sense, and they're going to sell. So hopefully that helped. It's really not too complicated. Just watch any of my product research videos, and I'm sure you'll get a hang of it. So Deal 24/7 says impact of Facebook ads when Apple brings privacy laws with 14.0. Honestly, no clue. I've seen, will it not impact dropshipping? I've seen people talk about this update on Apple or something, and Facebook's mad or something like that. No clue. I don't run ads. I don't do Shopify. I don't do any Facebook ads. So it doesn't affect anybody that follows my teachings whatsoever. If you do run a Shopify store and you try to run Facebook ads, I'm assuming it's going to make a difference because people are making a big stink about it. So I'm assuming that that there's something to get upset about. But again, I'm not too well read on it or too informed. And to be honest, I could care less at the moment what that update is. But it seems like other people are upset about it. Facebook has bent me over left, right, and sideways so many times with Facebook ads. So I could honestly care less. I'm never going to attempt to run Facebook ads, I think, ever again. So that's where I am with that one. We got Eric here. Thank you for showing up, Eric. Hope you had a great Christmas, and hope you're doing well. We got Brighter says, do you have any advice to someone drop shipping from outside of the US on Facebook Marketplace? I don't have the shipping option. So again, you're not going to have the shipping option if you're not in the United States. And we've had some people in Canada say that they have the shipping option. So other than that, we've pretty much said that. And we've had students in the UK, we've had students in Australia listing items in their area, just adding to the description saying, oh, we're going to ship it to you, processing the payment either through PayPal or Cash App or the Facebook Pay or anything like that, Venmo, and shipping the item out. I'm sure that there are extra issues that could come about, but from what I've seen, we've had people in Australia making multiple thousands of dollars a month. We've had people in the UK making tons of sales. I really just think that it's people that are afraid to get started. And if you're in like a small town in whatever part of the outside of the United States you're in, I guess. I thought you said what country you're in, but you didn't. If you're in like a small area, then you can move your location, because your location does matter if you don't have the shipping option. If you do not have the shipping option, your location doesn't matter, because if you have the shipping option in the US and you put it on your items, then anybody in the United States will see your items. But if you don't have the shipping option, then just move yourself to a popular location, like a big city, and then start listing items there. At that point in time, more people will see you, and you'll have a higher likelihood of selling the items. It doesn't really matter where you are. That's the whole aspect of drop shipping. So hopefully that helps. Jameson Griffiths is here. I don't think this man has missed a live all year. He's absolutely killing it in the live department. He says, hey, Tom, time to own 2021. That is very true. Smash that like button. Jameson Griffiths always says smash the like button, and you need to listen to what Jameson says. He is always right. Kenny says that he's from Canada. Okay, that was, I don't know. Oh, that's where he said he was from. Like button has been smashed. Thank you very much, Lisa. Christian says, sup, Tom, just left my Trustpilot review. Thanks very much, dude. I don't know what's wrong with Trustpilot, but we got like legitimate reviews on Trustpilot, and they took down 10 of them saying that they didn't pass the spam test. I'm pretty pissed off at them. I don't know if they'll give it back, but we didn't have any like fake or spam reviews. It's complete BS. Where are we? Kit says, it's 12 a.m. here in the U.S. Please send me a link to watch this tomorrow. I'm not going to personally send you a link. That you can just find it tomorrow when you come on YouTube and click on my profile. They'll always be there. Christian says, buying that course on Walmart when that's out. Shut up and take my. Honestly, I don't know when that would ever come out. I don't want to say that there's not going to be a course, because there probably will be, but it wouldn't be for a while. I haven't even I've listed a couple items and I've taken them down because the listing process is real weird. But when the time comes, the time will come, and it'll be out. I know that there's money to be made on Walmart. I've seen people posting their Amazon onto Walmart successes already and absolutely killing it. So once you go wholesale on Walmart, I think it's going to be, and I've already seen people that are doing it. I think it's going to be a big money maker. So do you even delete marketplace listings that don't, or do you ever delete marketplace listings that don't sell, or just keep renewing them? Yeah, they don't sell, I delete them. If they have been selling, again, it's like the same thing with eBay. I have videos from back like last year, earlier in this year, where I prove that eBay makes no sense. And Facebook Marketplace has like the same type of listing as eBay does, where on Amazon, if there's 20 people selling an item, they're all under the same listing. On eBay, they tried to do that. They gave up on it. It didn't happen. Same thing with Facebook Marketplace at the moment. You know, if somebody wants to sell, let's just say an outdoor heater or something, and somebody else is selling the same outdoor heater, it's going to be two separate listings. It's not going to be under the same listing. So at that point in time, I've proven this on eBay many times, and I made videos about it, that if you delete a listing and relist it, there's a chance it'll sell. Like I did one experiment where I deleted like, I think it was 50 listings, and out of those on eBay, and out of those listings, like 20, or it was like maybe 200 listings or 100 listings. I don't even remember. It was like 20 something of them got watchers, like 7 of them sold within the first week or so afterwards. And they had never sold and never had any watchers for 90 days before that, before I deleted them. So it's the same thing with Facebook. It's the same system. If you delete it, there's a chance that it'll take off the second time. And also if it was selling a bunch, then it stops selling, you know, you can just, renewing it only goes so far. Eventually you can only renew it 5 times. So after that, just take it down, relist it, see what happens. I think you'll be good to go. I don't know what this is whatsoever. We're going to move on from that one. Hey, Tom, Samson from New York. Hope you're doing well. From your experience, how long did the tax verification on Facebook Marketplace last? It definitely varies from person to person. For me, I think it was less than a day. Like it happened same day on multiple different accounts that I've done it on. But I've seen other people say that it took longer. I'm not 100% sure. I've seen some people say it took like over a week or up to a week. So it could take that long. Just wait it out. Hopefully it shows up as soon as possible. We got Lazy Abram in the house. How's it going, dude? Thanks for showing up. Deal 24/7. Okay, it's in English now. Did you also get a notification of business.facebook.com about Apple privacy policy and 60% revenue from our revenue? I don't run ads. Again, I don't care about ads. Brianna Gonzalez says, hey, what are some options to get more money to fulfill orders for Facebook Marketplace dropshipping? I mean, I've never truly had this issue, so I've never really had to look into like creative ways to go about it. If you're in the course group, I would suggest posting a post about it. But obviously my number one thing would be credit cards. I always have had very good credit cards, and I've always like forced my credit card companies in the beginning when I needed to like raise my limits as much as possible. I have now enough credit to, you know, kill a horse, and it's just because I forced credit card companies to give me more. Like I had one credit card that was at $25,000 a month limit, and I forced them to double it in one go, and they brought up to $50,000 a month limit. I almost never use that credit card anymore, but I still have it. I have charge cards from American Express, pretty much unlimited, but over like $50,000 a month, easy. Credit cards are definitely my number one way to go about it. Other than that, I mean, I don't want to say taking out a loan, but I've never even attempted to do that. So some form of business loan, maybe. But again, I'm not sure. There's payability for for Amazon. I don't know if they've gone into Facebook yet or anything like that. If you're in any of the groups, I would ask around to people that have actually had to do such a thing. But right off the bat, I think that, you know, Facebook, I mean, just credit cards in general would be the best bet, and just forcing the companies to give you more credit is probably the best way to go about it. That's what I do. Sean says, hey, Tom, gone through DU once, going back over the favorited with my notes, trying to get ducks in a row, but I suffer from analysis paralysis. I've got no shipping option. Do I pull the trigger anyway? I would. You have nothing to lose. First off, if you're in the United States, you're going to most likely get the shipping option at some point in time, or you definitely know somebody that has the shipping option if you somehow never get it. But we haven't really seen anybody like that. One thing I would say is that you probably have extra things around your house, like things that you just need to get rid of or just don't want or don't use anymore. So at the very least, it's going to clear up clutter, get rid of things that you probably haven't used in years, and get you some extra side capital to get started, or, you know, just to have extra money on the side if you needed it. At that point in time, it's also possibly going to get you the shipping option. We have noticed that some of the newer accounts on Marketplace don't have the shipping option right away, and then eventually they do end up getting it. So it's kind of just a matter of time type of thing, and hopefully that you do get it. So I don't see any issue with not just trying to start with things around your house. Why not? And then after that, just start listing things as I say inside of the course, and hopefully it'll show up. So that pretty much answers Kevin's question. How do I get the shipping option on Facebook Marketplace? If you're in the US, it should eventually just show up. Again, try to list things from around your house, get rid of extra clutter, get rid of extra things. And then after that, you can just start listing, trying to do manual processing of just getting people to give you the money through PayPal or whatever payment processor you choose. And then you can just do it that way. We've had students do it both ways, both successfully. Obviously, the shipping option is going to be easier. Let's be honest here. It's definitely easier, but again, you got to work with what you got. And if you don't have it, you don't have it. If you got banned from running Facebook ads before, like I have, then you can't even use your account at all. So I had to deal with that on my own account. That's why I use other accounts. So that's pretty much what I think. So, oh, my coffee's warm now. I heated it up. What a wild invention. Arrow Lawn Care says, have you tried Shopify? I have never drop shipped on Shopify personally. I use Shopify as a kind of like an item database, more or less, but I never have personally sold an item on Shopify. I have one Shopify website that I'd pay a dude like $600, $700 to build out, but I haven't done anything with it. It just kind of sits there. Eventually, in due time, there will be something about Shopify that I do. But again, there's so many other ways to make money online. I see why Shopify is so popular, because there's a lot of people pushing it and stuff, and you're running your own website and it's your own brand and stuff. But if you really don't know what you're doing, then like you need to start on another platform. It's so much easier. Oh, I forgot to put that one across. That's that question. Do you use any software or website for title optimization for Facebook Marketplace? The same that I would use for eBay. If you watch any of my YouTube videos on eBay, title optimization, it's the same thing. Titles I don't think are the biggest. With Facebook, it's really about just getting the right items up, and just some of them just take off. It is what it is. Joe Ramos says it took 2 weeks for him to get tax verification on Facebook Marketplace, so it does take longer sometimes. It's a weird thing. WooCommerce for Shopify and dropshipping, which is the way to go as far as finding a wholesaler? I have no idea. That doesn't even make that much sense. I've never used WooCommerce. I don't really use Shopify for dropshipping, so I do not have a good answer to that question. How much does it cost to be a student of yours? What is the success rate for your students? Do you promise/back up anything in your mentoring? Says Andrew. So it depends on what course you're looking at. Right now, the Facebook Marketplace course is definitely the most popular, where students are seeing the most immediate results. And that currently is on sale for $347. So it's gonna be $250 off. And that's originally $597. So that's not the cheapest. We have eBay courses for cheaper. It really depends on what you're looking into. Ask me, reach out to me on Instagram if you have any questions. But what's the success rate of your students? Honestly, there's no way to quantify that. We get asked that question all the time. It's literally impossible to quantify such a question. Like, first off, there's tons of people that buy the course and will never ever mention who they are, will never join any Facebook groups. There's no way to follow up with them. You have no idea what their success is. The majority of the people that are complaining in Facebook groups are the ones that are usually not seeing as much results and have issues some way, shape, or form or another. And then you don't hear about the ones that are absolutely killing it. Like, we got Dan Z down here, which is two people below you, which I'm assuming is Dan Zemlich. And he's posted his results before. And I reached out to him the other day for a testimonial on Trustpilot. And I'm not calling you out, Dan, or anything, but I'm just saying he had posted his results, and they were good results, but they weren't like amazing, mind-blowing results from a while ago, unless he posted new ones. And then I hadn't heard from him in a while. I reached out to him, and he's doing like $150,000 across 2 different accounts on eBay in the last 30 days. So it's impossible to quantify such a thing. We have students that, once the student gets to a certain point of proficiency, they usually leave the Facebook groups and just kind of go off on their own, and they know what they're doing. So that's impossible, like I said. And do you promise back up anything in your mentor? We don't promise anything. I don't back up anything. It's up to you to see success. It's up to you to take action. It's up to you to actually do the things that will make you the money. Just buying the course or getting into the course and watching the videos is not going to make you the money. You need to actually jump in. Like somebody said, they had analysis paralysis earlier. If you sit there thinking about it for too long, you know, I've seen people buy a course and never even open it or watch it, or buy it, watch a bunch of videos and never do anything with it. It's up to you. And that's what I have to say there, Andrew. So hopefully that answered your question. How do you get useful FedEx, USPS, UPS tracking information when dropshipping Amazon to Facebook Marketplace when Amazon ships it using? We talk about that inside the training. That is a little bit of private information that we are not going to give out for free on the live. So Dan Zenlich, like I said, I'm assuming this is Dan Zenlich, says Z. I don't know too many Dan Z's besides Dan Zenlich. What's up, Tom? I'm going to start selling on Facebook Marketplace soon. Awesome. Like, I hope that you kill it like you have been on eBay. Let me know your results, and I'm sure that you'll do just fine with it. I know there are certain products on Amazon you can't list because of IP infringements or other copyright reasons. Is this the same with Facebook Marketplace drop shipping, or can you list? Honestly, I have no clue. I don't know the answer to that. I'm assuming the same ones that you're not allowed to list on Amazon because of IP infringements you would want to avoid on Facebook Marketplace, but there is no list. I haven't heard of anybody getting any items taken down because of it. Again, it's such a new platform that I don't think that they have it all put together yet. I would definitely just try to cross-reference with your Vero restriction list for eBay if you do on eBay, or if you sell on eBay, and the IP infringement lists on Amazon. That's what I have my virtual assistants doing. But again, I usually use suppliers that aren't going to be on those lists either way, so I don't have to worry about it as much. But I would suggest just trying to cross-reference those lists. But again, I haven't seen it. Facebook, I mean, I see them take action against items that are against their policies, but I've never seen them take down anything because of like an IP infringement or anything. Kyle says, thanks for the reply. I did use chat. Definitely going more obscure and wholesale on eBay, and I will use Walmart and Home Depot on Facebook. Any thoughts on Best Buy? I've heard bad things about Best Buy. They don't like drop shipping. Sam's Club gets rid of your free shipping option after like 25 orders or something. And Kmart, I've used Kmart before. They're not the worst. They're not the best. They're definitely decent though. The most famous question here, any complaints from customers regarding the boxes? I guess we really don't have to worry too much about this since customers can't leave verbal feedback like eBay. They can leave feedback on Facebook Marketplace. If that's what you're referring to, they definitely can. And is there complaints? There's always going to be some complaints, but as I've said, you know, based off my old eBay days when I had some like actual real data, like tons and tons and tons of sales with like Amazon onto eBay, when you pump out a ton of like 200 sales a day, I noticed it was like 1 or 2 in every 1,000 people would notice the box and the invoice and complain about it. You know, there's scripts, there's ways to deal with it. It's not a big thing to worry about. Like, this is like the number one asked question. And it's really not a big deal. If that's what's holding you back, then jump in and take the leap. Hey, Tom, has the tax exemption process changed since you last covered it? I used the same process as you did in your course, and my supplier said I need to have IDs for each state. It depends on what suppliers what you're talking about. I'm not sure if you don't refer to what suppliers what suppliers you're talking about here. So I don't think Walmart has changed. I don't think Amazon has changed. If anything, Home Depot may have changed. But again, I haven't used Home Depot in a while. They screwed me over on Amazon once and I never used them again, honestly. How much capital do you need to do Facebook Marketplace dropshipping? So Facebook Marketplace dropshipping, they're going to hold your fees or your funds for 5 days, they say. It's 5 days after it's delivered. So say it takes like 5 days to get the item delivered. They're going to hold it for 5 business days after that. And then they release it. But when they release it, that's another like 2 to 3 days of processing because the ACH, the way that the banks are run, the automatic clearinghouse is not very automatic. They are extremely slow. So it's honestly going to take, let's just say 2 to 3 weeks to get your money back. Hopefully on the lighter side of that, the 2 weeks, but you want to really bankroll for the fact that they might hold your money for like 3 weeks. So at that point in time, if you're doing $3,000 a month in sales, you're probably going to want to have like $2,000 something to just be able to bankroll and be able to pay for your items until the money comes back in. Yes. Does somebody pay you to then go buy the items? Yes, but you are not going to get the money right away. There is currently no platform that you will get the money right away because on eBay, unless you're still using PayPal and you're out of PayPal jail, But on eBay managed payments, you're still not even going to get the money right away nowadays. You'll get it like 1 day afterwards, 2 days afterwards. But there is currently no platform, if you're all updated with eBay on the managed payments, that will give you your money right away that I know of. So you're going to have some amount of bankroll or credit cards. That's why I always suggest credit cards, not only because of the cash back, but because of the ability to give you money when you don't have, or if you just don't want to use your own hard money there, and you put your real money elsewhere. It's definitely something to utilize, something to look into, but you can get started for cheap. You just won't be selling as much right off the bat. Like you can get started with $500, you can get started with $200, but you just can't sell too much, because if you sell too much, then you won't have enough money to cover it. And that's what I have to say. Must be some sort of velocity review with your TP, with your Trustpilot. That honestly could have been true, because we did get a lot in like 2 days. It's because we're so good. Like everybody wants to leave a good review, honestly. No, but that's probably what it was. Because it was weird, the ones that they took away and the ones that they didn't, that they didn't. So Josh says, hey, Tom, I'm in the Facebook course. I was wondering why you don't teach to open shops on Facebook, since it offers returns and reviews. So first off, you can't, with shops, you're going to have to run like Facebook ads or something to get there, or to get people to your shop. People just don't show up at your shop. So that's pretty much the main reason. Facebook Marketplace has built-in traffic. And yes, eventually you can, and hopefully they'll open it up to everybody. You can currently, if you get invited into it, connect your shop to Marketplace. And at that point in time, that's when we are going to add shops into the course. But at the moment, opening up a shop on Facebook isn't really going to do much for you, considering people aren't going to be able to find your items very readily. So from there, like, there's really no point unless you want to run Facebook ads. And that is outside of my pay grade / expertise. And I don't really know anything about it. So, and I don't want to do it anymore. So, do you drop ship on Etsy? No, I do not, but I know people do. It's definitely something you can do. They're more iffy about their pictures and stuff. You need to have like real pictures. So like you could buy the items up front, like if they're cheap, and then you possibly return them. Who knows? Take pictures of them and they're like setting in like a real setting, and then kind of go from there. That's what I've seen a lot of people do with Etsy. So if I order a product on AliExpress and my carrier is AliExpress standard shipping, what do you recommend me to write to the customer? I have no clue. I don't know how many videos I have out there saying not to use AliExpress, but it's a lot, and I don't suggest you use AliExpress. I have no clue. I've never used them, and that's what I have to say there. And I'm not even sure what platform you're talking about selling on. So Christian says, what's up with getting approved on Walmart? I tried and I couldn't complete the application. The button was grayed out, unclickable. Honestly, like Walmart's application sucks. I really have no idea. I applied like over a year ago, like maybe a year and a half ago. And they put me on the wait list because you have to give them like your eBay account and your Amazon account if you sell on eBay and Amazon, so they can like look at your prior selling history. And I was under 90% feedback rating on Amazon at that time. I was like 80 something, and they didn't approve me because my feedback was too low on Amazon. But then I got it up, and then out of nowhere they just like contacted me back again, and they were like, oh yeah, your account's open. I have no idea how to actually get accepted other than applying, and their process is bad. But that's all I have to say about that. For the sake of keeping everything separate and to mitigate risk if sued, do you recommend having multiple LLCs for different marketplaces? I don't have multiple LLCs. I mean, I feel like you're thinking too much into it. I haven't heard of too many people getting sued. Again, yes, it could happen, but it's just nothing that that's so much work to do a different LLC for everything. And like, what if you had, and if you wanted to sell off your business eventually, like it would be under like 3 different LLCs or something. I mean, my like overarching like goal is to have like the wholesale dropshipping store that's set up on eBay, Amazon, Walmart, Shopify, just cause, and Facebook Marketplace and other platforms like that has the same name across the board, that has the same items across the board, and is selling like a shit ton every single month. And at that point, just sell it on a website like Empire Flippers. That's like one of my like goals to get fully set up for 2021. And eventually, once it's running for like 1 year, because right now it's been like, oh, here's multiple different eBay accounts, here's your Amazon account, here's your different Facebook Marketplace accounts, but it's never really been one like conglomerated, like this is the brand that's selling these items. And that's really what I want to get into. At that point in time, it wouldn't make sense to have different LLCs for all of it. It's really up to you. It's the way that you want to run your business, but I don't think it's the best way. Do you know any Canadians that have the shipping option? I'm at my 3rd week of selling on Facebook Marketplace and currently at $3,000 in profit. Yes, there are some Canadians in our Facebook group that say that they have it. I haven't inspected or gone inside of their Facebook account to see if they actually have it or if they're lying. I don't know why they would. But it seems that without the shipping option at $3,000 in profit, you didn't really need the shipping option too much. I'm sure it would have made it easier and you probably would have been at like $5,000 to $6,000 in profit. But and I'm sure, Edward, you would benefit from it. But the people that are saying, oh, you can't do this because, oh, I can't do this because I don't have the shipping option, Edward is proof that you can. And I don't know if you posted that knowing that I was going to say that you're proof, but you are. And I'm not sure. I have seen people say that they're Canadians that have it. Again, I'm not a Canadian. And I'm glad that I'm not a Canadian. No, I'm just kidding. But I really have no idea. So they have it. I don't know if you'll get it. I'm not sure if it's certain parts of Canada. And that's kind of where I'm at with that one. So Julian says, hey, bro, is this recorded? I missed the first part. Also love your guys' courses. I felt I leveled up my marketplace thanks to y'all. Well, glad that you feel like you leveled up and you enjoy the course. Thank you very much. And yes, it is recorded. It's always recorded. It will be posted afterwards. Pretty much automatically, I think it gets posted. All right, so I'm a little bit behind on the questions. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. We got 15 minutes left. I'm going to stay until all the questions are over. We've got 73 people watching right now. Please be sure to smash that like button. Let's get this up to at least 50 likes before I get off for the night. I would very much appreciate it. I hope you all had a great Christmas if that's what you're celebrating. You just showed up. My heat just turned on. I'm sweating. I need to turn that down. I can do it from my phone. I feel like I'm a part cyborg with all these technological things in my new apartment. But yeah, let's get into it. So do you have to pay taxes on my Facebook Marketplace gains? Yes, you have to pay taxes on your profits. I mean, I'm not sure how Canada does taxes. I'm sure it's a lot. But you have to pay taxes on your profits on anything in any country. I'm not saying that I love taxes or that I think all the taxes we pay are great. I'm just saying that you have to do it. You can't just avoid it unless you want to go move to a non-extraditionary country and try to live out your life. You could do that. Or just try not filing. I'm not sure how backed up Canada is, but the IRS definitely doesn't give a shit. How did you get tax for more than one account? Facebook, did you add your, no, I just added, they're all like my family members, so I just added their own social security number. We'll figure it out later. Honestly, probably not the best way to go about it, but it is what it is. And we'll go from there. How did you force them to increase your limit? You call your credit card companies and ask for a credit increase. You can do it every couple months. And sometimes they'll deny you, but then you just call back. It's the same thing as trying to get your limits increased on Facebook. It's just with credit cards. Sometimes forewarning, not a credit expert, but sometimes they will do a hard inquiry on your credit, which does lower your credit a bit, but hard inquiries usually have, from what I've noticed, the lowest impact or one of the lowest impacts on your credit. And the increase in your credit limit will usually increase your credit because of the credit utilization. So it usually balances out. How do you get your credit card limit increase? I guess this is when I was talking about this. Just call them. Trying to get the Spark card, the Sparks card. No, I mean, I got the Spark card right off the bat. They're not too good about raising the credit card limit. Honestly, I got 30,000 on that card right off the bat, and they messaged me the other day that I'm eligible for an increase, and I was like, sweet. And they're like, oh, it won't affect your credit. And then I signed up for the increase. I got 35,000, and then they also did pull a hard inquiry. I was like, wow, you guys fucked me, for lack of better words, because the $5,000 was not needed, and then you pulled a hard inquiry on me. The SBA loan, I guess, yeah. I mean, I didn't really look too much in that. That's for getting extra money. I didn't really look too much in the SBA loan, but I'm not sure what the interest rates are on it or anything like that. But it could be something to look into. What is tax verification on Facebook Marketplace? I sold thing on Facebook Marketplace, and the buyers are paying taxes. Those aren't the same two things. Tax verification is when you hit over $600 in sales on Facebook Marketplace. They then, they have to send you a 1099 legally, which is them, saying, this is what you sold and you need to pay taxes on it. So at that point in time, then you need to give them your social security number, and then that's how they send you your 1099. But when they are paying taxes, that's sales tax. You don't have to worry about it. They're charging and remitting sales tax for you, which you don't need to worry about. Any software for Facebook Marketplace is synced to a repricer. SKUGrid's definitely coming out with it. I need to test it. They gave me the beta version of it, but I went on vacation. Now it's Christmas, and I've been behind on it. But I will get to testing it. Has anyone in your course used VAs for their Facebook Marketplace account? Yes. Shopify is good to printing labels. Yes, they are good for printing labels and stuff like that. You can get a decent discount. Yeah, there's also a bunch of plugins for Shopify. That's what I think is like the biggest thing with Shopify is like the apps and stuff. I really do like it. And I've even used some of them to help me out. So can I dropship if I don't have the shipping option? Yes, we've mentioned this multiple times during this live. You definitely can. It's definitely harder. I'm not going to lie and say it's not. I feel like we had some internationals in the Facebook course the other day say that, I didn't know it was going to be this hard and stuff. But then we have somebody like Andrew, I believe, who said on the live that he already made $3,000 in his first 3 weeks or something profit. So, I mean, you can, without the shipping option, you can do it. Trust me. We've had multiple students from Australia say that they're making thousands of dollars. You'll be good to go. I'm going to be reaching out for your tutorship. What is your Instagram? My Instagram is @TomCormier. I can put it in the chat right now. Literally just my name. So that went through. Yeah, it did. So just send me a DM there. We can talk. Josh says 15K in the first 30 days on Facebook Marketplace. The best course on the internet. Wow. Thank you very much, Josh. I'm glad that you're killing it. I'm hoping that's profit, but even if that's just sales, that's still going to be, if it's 30%, that's still $5,000 in profit. Let me know if that's profit or sales. If that's profit, I'd be absolutely mind blown. I'm assuming it's sales, but either way, it's great to hear. That's why I've been talking about Facebook Marketplace. Like I said, it's on discount right now to the end of the year. At the end of the year, it's not going to go up in price, but it won't be discounted the same. It will never be discounted this low ever again for $250 off. It'll probably only ever be $150 off discounted after that ever again. And then after that, I'm assuming that in January, right when they enact all the 5% fees and stuff, because right now there's still no selling fees till January 3rd. But after that, I'm hoping that after they enact the fees, they're going to, I hope, just start introducing a bunch of updates. And then at that point in time, I'm going to update the course right when all the updates come in and I understand them and I know what's going on. And then at that point in time, the course will go up in price. So it'll never be discounted this low ever again. And then once the first update comes out, it will be going up in price as well. How do we find good suppliers to dropship? I have many videos out there on this YouTube channel about it. So at that point in time, I suggest you check those out. Carlos is here. Carlos is one of my virtual assistants. Thank you for showing up, Carlos. I hope you're having a great Monday morning. It is Sunday night here for me, but I'm glad that you showed up. I don't know if this is one of the first ones you showed up to, unless first ones you commented on, from what I remember. So I answered that one. Hello, do you recommend getting a business license? I'm not there's so many different rules and words out there for it. Business license, I have an LLC, and I have tax IDs in a lot of different states. I'm not really sure what you mean by business license. People say that word and I still really don't know what it means. At that point in time, just I'm not sure. I can't give tax advice or business advice like that anyways on what to sign up or set up as. I'm not legally allowed to. Philip says, thoughts on Banggood? Pretty much the same thought that I have on AliExpress. It's coming from China. It's going to take too long to get there. The product's usually not good. And I know for a fact that Banggood gives you a very hard time when trying to return an item. They'll ask you for videos of the item being defected, not just pictures defective, not just pictures. They'll ask for videos. They'll ask for a bunch of shit and they'll give you a hard time trying to return it. That's what I've heard. I've never used them. I've never used anything dropshipping from China related. So we got about 5 minutes left. Let's be sure to get this up to 50 likes. We're about 5 away at the moment. I would very much appreciate it. We've got 80 people on now. I don't know how these lives work or how they advertise them to you guys, but it seems like as time goes on, it's just like more and more people come on. I don't understand YouTube, but I'm happy that you guys are all here. Thank you very much. PR, hello. What platform are you recommending mostly, and what is the best thing to sell on eBay in 2020? The best things to sell, like literally the best. There's a lot of different, this is 2 different questions. The best things to sell on eBay in 2020, there's no best thing. There never will be a best thing. There's things that sell well year round. There's things that sell well not as well year round, the seasonal things. But look up any video that I have on product research, and you will see how to find them. There's never going to be a best thing. It's not like I'm just going to say fidget spinners or something like that. That's not how it works. Going back to this question, what platform are you recommending mostly? If you're a complete beginner right now, I am suggesting Facebook Marketplace. It is definitely where the majority of the people are seeing the quickest success I've ever seen. I've never seen anybody get started or be able to get started on a platform and make as much money as I've seen students making, ever. Like it's wild. Like I'm not here to just talk Facebook Marketplace up. And I'm not just talking out of my ass. Like we've had students list their first ever items and sell like $280 something profit like that day, without ever having really drop shipping experience at all before. We had a student hit $22,000 in profit in 1 month. Like, and that's on like the high side, obviously. But even on this live, we had Josh said that he hit $15,000 in his first 30 days. Like there's tons of people that are absolutely killing it on Facebook Marketplace. So from where are those quick questions? I don't know what that means. I'm sorry if I missed it, but do you use AutoDS? No, I've never used AutoDS. I don't suggest it. I suggest using SKUGrid. How do we find good suppliers? Please suggest me. Oh, Josh said that's $15,000 in profit. Holy shit! In the first 30 days. Do you have experience? You must have experience doing this beforehand. That's wild. I'm happy for you, dude. That's absolutely nuts. Congratulations. That's awesome. Where is it? Where are we? Hi, Tom. I noticed Facebook doesn't like it if you list too many products. So how many products do you recommend listing in a day? I usually say 10. I think the limit, one of the students said, was they asked Facebook and it was like 150. Just list like 10. If you're doing very well, like 10, 15 a day, you should be good to go. Rob Stanley said, hi, Tom. How's it going? Thoughts on Banggood? We answered that. My Amazon Prime account got closed because my VA was logging in and fulfilling orders. Not sure how to avoid that, for one. Also, can I open another one with the same info? You're going to have to try to open another one with the same info. Again, I'm not sure if you can or can't. I've done it before, but I don't know if they've updated or if what your actual, restriction is on your buying account. But you can avoid it by having them try to log in through a VPN, which will put them inside of the United States, hopefully their IP address. And then at that point in time, it should be, at least less conspicuous in Amazon's eyes. What to do if customer wants to see the product? I mean, just move on to a different customer. There's 7 billion people in the world. There's 330 million people in America. You'll find another customer out there. Don't harp on, I always say, like, don't harp on a single customer, on a single item on eBay. If you have a really hot selling item, or on Amazon, but the item like has issues or gets returned a lot, like it's not worth trying to, actually just deal with all these issues when you can just move on. There's always another person out there. It's not the biggest deal. What's a good credit card limit for Facebook Marketplace? It all depends on how much you're selling or how much you want to sell. If you want to sell more, then you're going to need a higher credit limit. If you don't want to sell as much, or if you want to grow slowly, then you don't need as high of a credit limit. If I'm an authorized used minor, will my credit be sky high when I'm 18? I'm on 3. I have literally no clue, dude. I never did that. So I didn't have my first credit card till I was 22. And thankfully so, I didn't have one in college because I was an idiot, let's be honest. Can I give tracking numbers if the product's coming from China? If the product's coming from China on Facebook Marketplace, you're going to have a bad time. I can tell you that right now. I do not suggest doing that. On eBay, you can, but again, I don't drop ship anything from China. I don't condone it. I do not condone such actions. Thanks for answering my question. You're welcome. Facebook removed my marketplace access for unknown reason, and I can't appeal it anymore. So what's the best way to gain access against? They log IP, so there's no point in trying to use another account. You can use other accounts. That's 100% true, because I have an account that's blocked and completely not allowed to do anything on Facebook Marketplace, and I can still log on to other people's accounts. You need to go in through a different Chrome user if you're using a different account. If you're logged into your own Chrome account, if you look in the top right mine's a picture of my face, then at that point in time, you want to log into a different one. They really only track your website browser cookies and not as much your IP. Try to just appeal it from your phone. I've seen a lot of people, everybody that I've seen get their access restricted has gotten it back. You're the only one that I've seen say that they can't get it back. And it's usually just Facebook admitting that they made some form of mistake and kind of just going from there. So hopefully you get it back. Try from your phone. I think that's the best way to go about it. What are your dropship plans in 2021? Watch the beginning of the video. You'll get to it. Dropship is a good software for helping you list faster and monitoring. That is true. I've been wanting to look into it, but SKUGrid said that they were going to come out with pretty much the same thing. And I trust SKUGrid a lot more. And they also have a lot more suppliers than Dropship had. Zdrop or whatever the hell it's called. But I will, if SKUGrid doesn't come out as quick as I think it will, then I will go into looking into the Zdrop. We're over the hour. Let's try to get 60 likes. I'm staying after. I'm answering the final questions. There's a lot more than I expected. And just try to get 60 likes on this video. And I will follow up and answer the rest. I just listed my first item. When I search, it won't pop up. How come? I mean, give it some time. Let it register. I'm not sure. You should be fine, though. Will there be a whole Amazon wholesale dropshipping course? Honestly, I'm not sure. You can pretty much take the same premise from the eBay wholesale dropshipping course and move it over to Amazon. Do I want to create a whole nother one? Probably not. Will I? Probably not. I don't think there will be, but there could be. I wouldn't hold your breath though. Andrew says, thank you. Josh said that's $15,000 in profit. Wild. For Facebook Marketplace in the US, why do some listings barely get 10 views while others get over 500, still no sales? I literally have no clue. Again, there's no rhyme or reason with Facebook. I have legitimately no idea why some things happen. I've noticed the same exact thing. I think most, if not everybody that's listed a decent amount of items has. You should be fine. You'll get sales if you have items that have over 500 views. I use SKUGrid. If I open a new eBay store, switch the connection to the new store, leave old products in SKU inventory. Do you know if I'll get email updates on stock? Honestly, I'm not even sure what you mean by that. I'm sure if you do it right, then you'll be fine. But that sounds very complicated. Thanks for your suggestion. Getting tax exempt on California, is it hard? It's not that hard. You just need to get registered with their Department of Revenue. At that point in time, it's pretty damn simple. You just have to remit your sales tax, which for almost every single platform or every platform I sell on is zero, since they collect and remit for you I'm quarterly. So it depends. It's really not hard though. I literally called them. Although as much as I hate California, they were probably the most helpful Department of Revenue that I called. I called and they literally walked me through the entire process to get a sales tax certificate for an out-of-state LLC, just say that, or an out-of-state business, and that you just want to collect and remit sales tax and get a sales tax ID. At that point in time, you should easily, they walked me through. It took like 30 minutes and the person literally sat there on the phone. This was also like a year and a half ago, before any COVID cut downs or people not being able to work as much or whatever. So who knows? But it wasn't that hard. For Facebook Marketplace, are you managing your store through the Commerce Manager? I think that's what some people are doing. Not sure if or how it works. No, I'm not at the moment. Didn't have any issues getting tax exempted in California. See, Maxine got it. Andrew says smash that like button. We already beat 60. We need to get 70 likes now. I'm not even sure if there's 6 more people like this, but we need 70 likes. I'm almost done here. Is it good to drop ship Amazon to eBay? No, I would not do it. What zip codes do you recommend? I'm not sure what that means. I like my zip code because that's where I live. It's pretty great zip code. I grew up in a pretty cool zip code, but I'm not sure what you're talking about. What would you say getting tax exemption is mandatory? I would say if you want to take any business model that I'm teaching online seriously, then yes, it is mandatory. But with Facebook Marketplace, you can definitely get away without it. I don't think on Amazon you could, and I don't think on eBay you really could. Is inventory source and eBay okay? You should be fine. I haven't heard of really anybody having issues with it. Do you have a website to dropship on? Do you have to have a website to dropship on Marketplace? No, you do not. You just dropship on Facebook Marketplace. No website necessary, no website needed, really nothing. I was making 10K profit monthly on Facebook Marketplace, and I took a vacation for 22 days, was sick in the hospital, and came back to not getting viewers like before. I used to get 300K views a week, now 3K views a week. I mean, first off, glad that you were getting so much profit. Sorry that it's not a vacation when you're sick for 22 days. You were sick. I'm sorry that you were sick for 22 days. That sounds terrible. You're probably going to have to take all the listings down and relist them. Like the old listings aren't going to really do anything anymore. Maybe, I'm not sure if you weren't fulfilling your orders or you screwed up in that time. Check your metrics. Although there's not too much to be, really shown in the metrics, but with if you have them, sometimes they'll show the cancellation rate. Again, everybody has different metrics. Everything's updated at different rates on Facebook because Facebook makes no sense. But check that. Take down your old items that were selling well and sell them and try to list them again to see if that works. Okay. I have tax ID and business ID. Will I get banned on eBay for using inventory source? I have no idea. That doesn't even relate. That makes no sense. You won't get banned on eBay for using inventory source. I listed my first item today and I look it up in the search bar and it won't pop up. How come? Again, I already answered that one. I'm not sure. I love that it's so hard for people outside the US to get on Facebook Marketplace. It will take a while before it gets flooded with sellers like eBay making money. That is true, honestly. I mean, if that's the way that you look at it, then yeah, it's very true. I don't think it's going to be very easy for people outside of the US to get onto US Marketplace unless they know people inside of the US. That's pretty much all I've seen people that have the ability to do. What zip codes you are going to get? I'm not sure what that means. Do you you guys just ask the same questions? I get to them all. Don't worry about it. Oh, Jesus. Okay, thanks, Tom. Is Amazon dropshipping from Walmart and Home Depot still? I would not do it. I've been against dropshipping. I do have a good discount rate for Walmart. Don't use gift cards. Don't waste your time with discount gift cards. Don't do Walmart and Home Depot onto Amazon. It's a waste of time. It's more risk than it is reward. Would you say it's mandatory? You guys, there's this slew of the same questions. Where can I find good suppliers in Belgium? I have no clue. Right? Search up Belgium. Belgian wholesale suppliers. I know nothing about Belgium. I don't even know where that is besides in Europe somewhere. How can we deal with current shipping times? Wait it out longer. Ben says, what's up, Tom? It's all good, dude. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. Hope you're had a great Christmas and your stores are still doing well. How do you manage to get $50 profit? I can't manage to sell anything above a $12 profit. Sell something with a $12 profit 5 times and you'll get a $60 profit. I will watch the replay. Glad to hear it. We have more people on now, much more people on now than we had the entire time. It makes no sense. Facebook needs to learn. YouTube needs to learn how to advertise lives as before the end of the live. I got 90 people on right now. In my experience, most Facebook buyers prefer local collection rather than shipping. What's the best way to get around this? That's not anybody inside of our group's experience, honestly. I've seen great success. Everybody in the course that, has taken action has seen great success with shipping. Doesn't really matter. Christian says, what's lockdown like in your area? Gyms closed, restaurants no longer outdoors. Well, first off, it snowed a foot the other day, so I don't think any restaurants would have outdoors. It's pretty cold here in Boston, but I don't know there's a certain capacity limit. I try not to follow this stuff too much. You're supposed to wear your mask down the sidewalk or something. The gyms are all closed in Boston. They got shut down a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, but I work out in my buddy's makeshift gym in the basement of his dad's laundromat. So we don't have to follow that type of policy. I mean, at a certain point, you got to be like, what's going to give? You can't lock down people from running businesses. There's millions and millions of businesses being closed down. And again, like brick and mortar, yes, it's definitely going out the window with e-commerce, but this is only expediting it. I feel bad for the people that run restaurants. I feel bad for the people that own gyms. I feel bad for all of that. And it is too bad. But that's kind of where I'm at with where Boston is, but I'm trying to move. I'm finishing up this month and I'm finishing up January. My lease ends February like 7th. So I don't care if I leave like the first 7 days of February, honestly. But I'm going to try to finish up January because my rent's so damn expensive. I wouldn't want to just eat that. And then I'm going to go find somewhere else to live. Massachusetts and Boston is not my forte. I'm done with it. I grew up here, but I'm over it. So that's that. For marketplace, what zip code it doesn't matter what zip code. If you are selling, then it doesn't matter. If you're shipping, the shipping option, it goes throughout the entire United States. How many VAs are working for you? Oh, I don't know. Dropshipping wise, like 6 or 7 with everything else running, like all of the social medias and stuff like that. I don't even know anymore. There's a lot. It's like, I don't know, like 10, 12. I mean, nowadays it's like a lot of people have like smaller functions and stuff. Is it normal for Facebook Marketplace sales to slow down over Christmas? I would say so. I've noticed, yeah, it's like with pretty much anything. It's again, I'm not sure with Facebook Marketplace anything because it's really, people have only been selling on it for like 3 months. So there hasn't been another Christmas slowdown because it's the first Christmas slowdown with the shipping option. But yes, it makes perfect sense because people aren't really buying as much stuff. They just spent all the money that they probably don't have on Christmas, and now they can't spend any more money that they don't have. So they're taking a few days off. Thank you for your videos. Should I have SKU grid for drop ship selling on Facebook Marketplace? I suggest it. We teach it inside of the training, but it's definitely something that is you don't need it, but that is what we teach. What do your Facebook Marketplace insights look like? I have on some accounts like pretty much just the views and just how many impressions and stuff, or the views that the items are getting. Other accounts have like the cancellation rate. It's all over the place. Again, it's really nothing too important yet, but hopefully, and it's really only on the cell phone. I don't really have anything on the computer. We have students that have things on their computer that other people don't have, things that people have on their cell phones that aren't on the computer. It's legitimately all over the place. So yours might not look the same as anybody else's. Any tips to bump sales to get out of below standard? I'm 50 sales away. It's a rough lesson. Yeah, it is. I would honestly sell at a break even or a bit of a loss. Try to undercut people because that'll get you more sales. And yes, it is a rough lesson. So try to not let it happen again. What's up, Tom? Lance here. Holiday sales on eBay were great, and I'm about to start listing on my stealth Facebook account in the next few days because I live in Japan, folks. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Let me know how that goes because you might be one of the first. You bought a Facebook account off one of those websites. I want to know how that goes. Keep us updated in the Facebook group about it because I'm very interested. Do you still use SKU Grid? Yes, that's all I use. Bro, I put around 6 hours a day. I put in around, how many days have you been putting this in on Facebook Marketplace and barely get a sale? I know I need to buy your course for the sauce, but at least give me a hint. I've given enough hints. I mean, watch this live again. I'm not sure what you're listing for 6 hours a day, but it has to not be the right thing. I'm sorry to say it. List hot selling items. I would say list seasonal items, but the big seasonal items season just kind of left. You should be making sales. If you listed for 6 hours, even just one day, you should have sales. And with that, that's all I really have to say. To answer your question, give you a hint, just watch my eBay dropshipping videos where I give advice on how to find items, and you should have a good idea on what to sell. Do you have we have one last question, but do you have a Shopify store? Tom, do you do print on demand? No. Do you have a Shopify store or only a Facebook? Oh God, they're all coming in. Do you have a Shopify store or only Facebook / eBay dropshipping? Sorry if I already replied this question. I just joined now. I have Amazon dropshipping too. I do use Shopify, but not for actually dropshipping. I use it for like just holding my items. being like a database. I've been considering hiring my first VA to try to get out of below standard. Currently at 3K in sales with below standard, but sales are basically break even or less than $1 per. What do you think? I mean, I wouldn't hire a VA until you get out of below standard. Let's be honest. What do I need to do for Zuck to give me the shipping option? Honestly, just go to his house and tell him to fuck off, because that's what I want to do. I hate Mark Zuckerberg and I hate Facebook. And Macho, I did not call you that. I'm sorry. What does eBay ask if you switch to managed payment is important for a stealthy hunt? I'm not sure. Great show. You do this Q&A again. I do a Q&A like every other week or every week. I try to do it every week. So that's about it. I'm done here. I've stayed after 15 minutes. Let's try to get this video up to 80 likes before I get off. I'm not sure if it's possible. Maybe everybody already liked it, but I got 75. My first goal was 50, and I kept moving the goalposts. I always move the goalposts. That's what everybody needs to do in life. Just always move the goalposts until you're at where you want to be. So we hit 78. We only need 2 more. I'm gonna hit 80 and I'll move the goalposts again. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. We hit 80. We need 85 now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll be doing another one sometime soon, maybe this week. I want to bring on one of the students that absolutely killed it, Josh, who said he made $15,000 profit. Message me on Facebook. Sorry. And I'll try to bring you on. If you are interested in getting access to the Facebook Marketplace course for its lowest ever discount ever again, then check out the description down below. And with that, I am signing off. Thank you very much and have a good Sunday night.